Hi, everyone, and I want to welcome you to the team. I'm so excited to see so many new faces. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Maria, and it wasn't too long ago that I was in your spots, that I was sitting in that very chair learning about this organization. And I know over the next few days and weeks and even months, you're going to be learning new names and faces, new things about your position in the department. And right now, I want to go over a few things about the organization and our culture as a whole. So, we're going to take some time to learn about harassment prevention. And I know you're thinking, what does this have to do with me? This is something that's never going to happen to me, and this is something I'm never going to do to somebody else. And honestly, we love to hear that. That's the goal at the end of the day. We don't want anyone to be in the position to have to deal with that kind of behavior, but what this training does is it gives you the resources, company policy, and it gives you the tools so that you know what harassment looks like and what to do if it does happen to you or if you see it happening to someone else. What is harassment in the workplace? So, harassment is defined as discrimination that's based off of somebody's protected class, and that can be race, gender, religion, age, disability. These are just a few of the protected classes that are covered. And there's different types of harassment that can occur in the workplace. So let's break it down. Let's get into what harassment in the workplace looks like. And I know right off the top of your head, you're going to think of the most obvious one, and that's going to be sexual harassment. That is a type of common harassment that does take place at work. And that could include unwanted, unwelcomed physical touch. That could include insults, somebody sharing photos or images that are sexual in nature. But that's not the only type of harassment that occurs in the workplace. There's also physical harassment, and that can be, again, that unwanted and unwelcome physical touch. And to the instigator, in their minds, it could be something playful. It could be a punch. It could be a tap on the back. But again, if it's unwanted and it's unwelcomed, it could be harassment. That could also be touching a coworker's personal belongings without their permission or their knowledge. And then there's verbal harassment. We get into these jokes that we think are playful, but they could be offensive. Insults, gossip, sharing rumors that you heard and passing them along the workplace, and creating this hostile and unwelcome environment for your coworkers. And then there's also psychological, and these are forms that could be more nonverbal. This could be freezing somebody out, ignoring them, not including them in any kind of work activities or work environment. All of these things can lead to a hostile work environment, and all types of harassment can take a real physical, emotional, and mental toll on the employee that's being harassed and on other people in the workplace, even if you're not directly involved. Seeing these things occur in your work environment can make a hostile and unsafe work environment. And so, as you get started here, I want you to remember that you have the right to work in an environment where you feel safe, respected, and included. And we want to empower you to know that our organization has policies in place to protect you and your coworkers. If you see something, say something. If you're ever a part of an interaction or you see an interaction that occurs and you think, that doesn't look right, that doesn't sound right, our communication lines are open. You're welcome and encouraged to reach out to your supervisor, to your manager, and let them know what's going on, what you saw. And if you're not comfortable going up to them and discussing this with them, please feel free to write it down, send an email, document what you saw. And there are resources and, like I said, policies in place that help us and help you to prevent these things from happening. And as we wrap up here, I again want to welcome you to the team.